So a bit of a crazy scene. Conor unleashes these DMs that have been going back between him and Dana. It looked like Conor was positioning himself for a fight against Justin Gaethje in July in LA, I believe. He was saying no message back from Dana, and then it's we can't do LA, this and that, and then it's on to Diego Sanchez, which was quite a turn. I don't think I ever expected to see that, but the big thing that seems to have hit home with Dana White is the fact that Conor has released these DMs. Clearly Conor is trying to fight from his accounts anyway, but Dana doesn't seem to be too keen. Let's have a listen to what Dana had to say about this.
And I've had people blowing me up left and right. Everybody here knows. Even the ladies, this is some man code stuff. It's just something you don't do. It's one of the dirtiest things you can do. Which, by the way, because we were just talking about Diego Sanchez, and Diego Sanchez is in there in a private conversation that I was having with Conor. When you're the number 2 or 3 ranked guy in the world, and you're telling me that you want to fight, but you want to fight unranked 39-year-old Diego Sanchez in a main event in Los Angeles,
Right. I gotta say, right, I have two fields of thought on this, because Conor wanted to fight Gaethje. This is back in February to have the conversation, and that was a fight that we were calling for a long, long time. And I think they should have moved mountains to make that happen for the biggest star on their books. But the Diego Sanchez thing, mate, I can't get on board with that.
No, I can't get on board with it either, and I agree with you. I said at the time I believe the UFC should have booked Conor McGregor. I think they were being greedy, wanting to put him off for the gate. I've sort of stuck by that. They make 20 million alone on a McGregor gate. That's not including a lot of the merchandise that they obviously sell as well, and the food in the arena. So you're probably looking at somewhere in the region of 50 million without a crowd in McGregor fight. I think that was the reason they kept trying to fob him off, put him off. And I was totally on board with that Justin Gaethje fight. And I think Conor's got so frustrated, Pete, to the point now where I've said it before, it always happens with Dana, where shit becomes untenable with Dana. And if you look at what he said in that, when
just played there, yeah.
What has he ever, or when has Dana ever sort of questioned who McGregor's wanted to fight? That's the first time we've ever seen that. He's always been, Conor will fight the best guys in the division. He's the only guy that steps up on short notice. This is becoming a big problem now, and I think, will we see Conor back in the octagon ever again? Who knows? But this seems to have taken even a more sinister step than it has before, Pete.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? Conor is asking to fight Gaethje in May in the DM conversation that was revealed that Dana's so upset about. He's asking for Gaethje. Dana's saying International Fight Week, which would have been July before the world got turned on its arse. But this is the funny thing. Justin Gaethje fought in May. He fought Tony Ferguson in May.
Yeah, and Conor, I think, made it pretty clear. Dana said Conor didn't want the fight. He just said he didn't want to be a third wheel and wait around. I think that's totally understandable from a fighter's point of view. And I think Dana did, from what he said to the public, sort of threw Conor underneath the bus a little bit there.
Right. The thing about the Pacquiao fight is, and look, I know MMA fans want to see Conor fight in MMA, understandably, but the thing about the Pacquiao fight is it's going to be a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. People are going to tune in to get it. They're going to get a higher percentage of everything. When it's boxing, that's just the way it is. But the problem with that, from the MMA side of things, is what happened after the Floyd Mayweather fight with Conor. He earned a huge payday.
It pushed him away further from mixed martial arts.
And then he comes back to the Khabib fight. Okay, it's the best fighter in the world at the time that you're facing, but
he wasn't in a good state personally.
He has later said, of course, that money, you go crazy. I've always said it. If I got 100 million in the bank that I didn't have, all of a sudden I have it, I'm probably gonna go a bit fucking mad. But that's the worrying point. But on the Diego Sanchez thing, man, Diego fought at the weekend, and it was weird. It's got to the point now you have Stephan Bonner in his corner screaming, "Here comes the nightmare." You have Fabia, right? You have Fabia there, who really nobody really knows what the story is. He seems to want to just argue about how great he is to everyone he sees. But I think nothing really sums up the MMA world's feelings towards Fabio more so than the exchange that was revealed with him and Matt Serra. And to be fair, when you see the reaction to this, so many people reacting to it, it's because he's saying what everyone else is thinking.
Yeah.
Give it a play there.
No, listen, bro. Okay. You want to talk? I'll talk. You're bringing up Michael Pereira. I think the guy's his fun.
Piero?
Yeah, Pereira. Don't you're going to fix my fucking pronunciation?
No,
oh, yeah.
I'm
Okay.
just sitting here.
And then you're bringing up, oh, man, it's amazing how people don't bring up how Diego, look at his fight with him. I thought that fight was shit. You know, it was phenomenal. His fight with Carol Parisian.
Absolutely.
Fucking phenomenal.
Absolutely.
I like that's the Diego I think's a fucking beast. So Diego has my full respect. So
you don't, mate.
Before this, just
100%.
This is not going to get any better. I just do your thing.
Go.
Good luck with you. I hope you make some money off Diego. Do what you got to do, and that's it, bro. Okay? Right. When I listen, not my type of guy. Do your thing.
No, listen.
But that's what it does feel like. I feel like this guy's just coming in and
oh yeah, who is he?
It's wild. Even when Helwani did that interview him on the ESPN show, and he's like telling Helwani to like he's trying to like tell him he's trying to direct the interview rather than Helwani, and you're like, mate, this is unlistenable to the point where Helwani has to start going, hang on, mate, you've made your point. Like, can I just ask you another question?
Yeah, it's mad. It's like me coaching one of the lads are going in like it's totally just rampantly mental. He's like a fanboy or something that's trying to assert himself in the MMA community, and I think that maybe
like he could be brilliant, but the way he's carrying himself is just not. And look,
yeah, I think even like what we heard there, it's sort of the defensive nature they often say about guys that are that sort of odd and weird and no one knows where they came from, that they're probably spoofing.
But the thing is, right, from everything Conor said since this Diego thing, it sounds like he's just trying to give him a retirement package basically, but that's not on Conor to do that,
No, it's
like
not
it's
at
not
all.
on him. Dana White, the UFC should be doing that stuff. It shouldn't be on the biggest star in the sport to drag a guy who's in his fading years back in for a big payday so he can lump him around.
I don't know. Is Conor as well? There was obviously the UFC Dublin talk of that, and he was saying he wanted to do it here. Is he just getting? Did he really want to fight in Dublin one more time? I don't know. Like, it never made sense to me. Diego should have retired a long time ago. Not last weekend, not the weekend before, not the month before. Probably a few years before, if we're honest about it. So I have no interest in it. The MMA community have no interest, and Dana White, more probably importantly, has no interest in it, and it's never happening.
Yeah, and I'll have to say, I thought that was interesting, the Dublin thing, and I think it's probably something that it probably can't happen because of how big a star is. We don't really have the infrastructure to put on one of these fights, but geez, it's not a bad shout in terms of getting them back on side with the Irish people. I think it would be
I think we looked at the Cerrone fight, and he played that, handled that week very well in terms of how he came across with his media duties, and that would do and go a lot towards healing the relationship here between him and the Irish fans, and I don't care what anyone says, and I'll reiterate this, that it did break down quite a lot.
But the Cerrone fight it brought them back around a bit. There's definitely
a little bit.
Yeah, but in the US it was a home run. Home run,
boom,
100%.
Out of the park, boy.
Hello, guys. If you want to hear more of The Bash, you can subscribe to us on all our wonderful channels on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and all that other shit.
And click the links below. Click the links below, the notification button. It comes straight to your phone if we've any fresh content. And also hit the subscribe button. It does help. You're some plonker.
It's very serious.